back again. Another installment, Drowning Love, number 2. May, M-A-I. She was in Samui, Koh Samui, working for the Travel Board of Thailand. Now she was coming up for her 28th birthday, and she was sat there the one day contemplating life. She'd had a bad relationship with that Thai guy. That had hurt her. She really wasn't interested in any relationships or love. She was focusing on life, the future. Most Thai people, they only focus on today, not tomorrow, not the future. When she was at university, they drilled it into her that whatever career she went forward in, whether she ever went in her own business, she had to plan, like a Westerner, into the future. She'd been in Samui for a while and sat there contemplating, what did she want to do? There was no challenges anymore in her job. She could move back to head office in Bangkok, maybe get a couple of promotions, work on bigger scale stuff, but she didn't fancy that. She started to think maybe she should start her own business. It's a good time in life. She's got quite a few bits of savings put together. She's been saving hard, she hasn't been spending much money. And she starts thinking about it. Where would she have a business? She knows the travel industry in Thailand, inside out. She pretty much knows it all. She's been around Thailand now for the travel board. Most places, mainly entertainment zone places where the tourists are going to go. She could go to Chiang Mai, North Thailand, nearer her folks. There'd be potentially great business opportunities. She's thinking, I'm going to stay in the industry I know. A tour shop is the answer for tourists. Those day trips, all of that, there's money to be made with the right trips, especially bespoke trips. But she thinks she loves the sea, the beach. She loves the vibe. The tourists seem to flock more to the beaches than somewhere like Chiang Mai. And she's sat there looking at a map of Thailand, and she's drawn to Phuket. She's been there a couple of times, short visits for the tourist board. She knows it basically. There's lots of islands, there's lots of tours, there's probably lots of tour shops, like Samui. However, she thinks she's got more chance than most of those with her experience, the knowledge she's gained. And she starts thinking more and more, Phuket would be a great move. I'd have to leave my employment, have to go there, move, start searching. A couple of days she thinks about this, and more she thinks, this is it, it's time to do it. She contacts head office, speaks to someone she knows there, tells them that she's thinking of leaving now and going to set her own little business up. And the person at the head office is, oh, you can't leave us, you've been so good. And Maid, no, I really am going to go. And the person at head office, how about you take 6 months off, secondment. We'll keep you on the books, but you won't be paid, but from right now you have 6 months off. And May's a bit reluctant. She said, okay, that's the easiest way to do it. And they agree. May's got a couple more days down in Samui. They'll send someone else down, and she'll finish with the company. Her plan now, up home, see the folks. She finishes job, back to the parents, tells them she's packed a job in and she's going to start her own business, it's time. A little bit shocked, but very supportive, and they've said, if you want some money, we'll help you. Well, I've got savings, I think I'm going to be alright. Roughly know what it's going to cost to do, but they wherever you've chosen, I'm going to go to Phuket. Anyway, they're happy, supportive. Day comes. She gets on a plane, Bangkok, Phuket, and in she goes. She's already gone online, found a cheap hotel, 400 baht a night for a Thai person, 600 baht if you're a foreigner. Finds a little cheap hotel. It's not far from all the nightlife and things in Phuket, in Patong. She lands, early morning flight, taxi to the hotel, checks in, sorts everything out, pays. Now she doesn't want to rush. She's got to find a shop. She needs to have a look around. She needs to look at the competition. She needs to see what's what. So she spends a couple of days walking all around Patong. She even pops over to Karen Beach and Kata Beach, but Patong is the spot. She's intrigued at the nightlife. She's not fussed with it. She knows about it, but she's never done the famous Bangla Road at night. So she ventures out in the evening, early, thinking it's going to be lively, about 6 o'clock. And she walks into the top of Bangla Road and walks down. It's just starting to, people going to work and things, but she's got the vibe straight away. She can see what it is, and it's not her cup of tea. She doesn't like all that side of Thailand at all. There's shops all the way along Bangla Road, as well as bars and go-go's, etc., and food, and alleyways with more. But she thinks that's not the clientele she wants. Doesn't want drunk foreigners walking into her little shop. If she's on one of those alleys or on that road, she doesn't want that customer. She wants the more mature customer, the wedding couples. She wants the Japanese, the Chinese visitors. She decides pretty much straight away that Bangla Road end of Phuket, Patong, is not for her. She's gonna want to be the other end or further back by the shopping areas. So she finishes off Bangla Road at the beach end. Thinks, nah, definitely not. And she walks along the beach. 3/4 of the way along, sorry, 30% of the way along, before the middle shopping bit, she sees a tour shop. She has to be nosy. She goes in. All the usual posters, all the usual trips and day trips. The girl comes over and asks her if there's anything to help her with. She says, no, I'm just having a look. But it's all the normal. Nothing, no bespoke trips, nothing. This is good. They've just got all the basics. And she comes out, walks further along. She's looking at the shops. They're all quite big, but they're between the beach, opposite the beach, there's the road. It's a one-way system in Patong. So you have the beach, the road coming up one way along, and then all the shops the other side. Here, any of these shops are going to cost an absolute fortune to open. So there's no way she can get one of those, not for the first shop anyway. She carries on walking, further along. Lots of guys on the other side of the road with boards up selling fishing chips, fishing trips, and jet ski hire and motorcycle hire, and she's clocking it all as she's walking along. Anyway, she gets right to the end. There's a chemist on the left, quite a big chemist, a little side street. After the chemist, the road goes round the corner. Again, it's one way coming down, and the other side of the corner is a hotel resort with bushes around it. As she turns the corner, there's a beer bar right in front of her. So next to the road, pavement, beer bar, open sort of bar. In fact, there's a couple more behind it going up the road along the pavement. She notices just in behind the beer bars there's a little alleyway there. It's about 6 foot wide. She can see some shops down the left, and at the end's a public lavatory, well, guarded by what I would call a grumpy old Thai lady, but only if you're a foreigner. The first shop on the left is in this alleyway. It's empty. Then there's a salon, there's a tailor's, and there's another little shop at the end, makeup, a bit like a salon but just for makeup and nails and things. And then there's this lavatory and 3 bars on the right with bar stools all the way around, these sort of oblong shaped bars. They're separate bars, but this bar here is Dolphin Bar, the one on the front corner. Anyway, little empty shop. So she just looks in the window and it's horrible. It's dark and there's all sorts, it was a tattoo shop. All sorts of weird pictures and paintings on the ceiling and the walls. But it's about 8 foot across, 2.5 meters across the front. All glass, front window with a door, 8 foot across. It goes back, she can see about 10-12 foot back. Bit of an alcove in the back, can't quite see, the lights are off. But it's perked her interest. Anyway, she thinks, need a lavatory. She walks down the alleyway, past the salon and the tailor's. She doesn't get accosted by the Indian guy at the tailor's because she's a lady. He's selling men's suits mainly. Yes, to the little lady, the old lady sat outside the lavatory, who's lovely to her, being Thai of course. Grumpy old cow. Uses the lavatory. Then as she come out, she mentions to the lady, this shop, there's no sign on the shop saying for rent or anything. And this lady says to her, go into the salon. She thinks the lady's in there. So she walks up. Bars on the left, as I say, the bar stools. There's a few tourists in there. And she goes up a few meters into the salon, and there's one lady boy having haircut and the works by a girl, sat in the chair facing the mirror. There's 2 chairs in there, 2 mirrors. But over in the back corner there's this old Thai lady, bit of gold on her, dressed in a like silk dark red 2-piece suit, and the girl playing with the lady boy says, can I help you? And she says, I'm inquiring about that shop. The little old lady in the corner, her eyes went bing, as if she just won the lottery. Immediately jumped to her feet as if she was a 21-year-old. Come across, said, that's one of my shops. Would you like to have a look at it? And surprised at by this, May's, yeah, let's have a look at it, by all means. And the little old lady grabs May's hand and trot out of the door, a couple of meters up to the empty shop. And then the old lady goes in her handbag and she's scratching around, pulls out some keys, fiddles around with the keys, eventually gets the key for the door, opens the door, pushes the door open, and it stays open, and then she trots off to the back and switches, on come the lights. But there's a red light, a purple light, they're all dark bulbs and things. You still can't see much. But she beckons May in. There's no furniture, it's been emptied. The carpet is horrible. And it is just a room that's 12 foot down to the back and about 8 foot across. Little sort of cut out alcove at the back with a sink, a little bit of a worktop, what looks like marks from where a microwave was sat. And a really small toilet. There's a little doorway there. No door, just obviously had some blinds or something down with a little toilet. European, but only the one sink. And the lady, May, starts thinking, well, this could possibly work. I could get a couple of desks in here. It's next 30 meters from the beach, from the water. There's tourists at the bars outside. This has got to be, she's thinking maybe this is about 7,000 baht a month rent for such a little shop. And she says to the lady, how much is this shop? How much do you want for it? Why is it empty? And the lady replies, tattoo artist just ran away a couple of weeks before and didn't pay his rent, just disappeared. And the lady said to her, I want 20,000 baht a month for the shop. May nearly fell off her feet. 20,000. She's like, you know, which couldn't be rude, but it's sort of, what? Yeah. And this lady's 20,000 baht a month. And May's, is that price negotiable? He says, do you need accommodation? May's like, whoa, you have accommodation? There's nothing above the shop, it's only one floor, and there's a roof all the way along, and the bars, just single floor. And the lady's, yeah, come on. Pushes May out the door, turns around, locks the door, lights her off, locks the door, grabs her hand again, and just walks back towards, just 5 meters towards the beach, round in front of the chemist, and there's another road there. Turns into this road, walking away from the beach, and there's shops all the way up this maybe 50 meters, 100 meters of shops. So it goes up about 30 meters. In between two shops, there's a doorway, and she up a couple of concrete steps off the road. So pulling May along, up, pushes this door open. It's not locked, and inside some stairs going up, concrete steps, quite narrow, up onto a walkway with a metal banister there, looking over the top of the shops, the tattoo shop and the salon and the bars, and then over there you can see this complex, the resort for the hotel, and this little walkway along with this, you know, metal balustrade. Anyway, the lady turns to the left, goes along a couple of doors, keys again, rattling around the door, opens this door, flicks the switch straight inside, lights come on, pulls May inside, and in there is a nice, maybe 30-35 square meter. As you're walking on the right, there's a door, there's a shower, toilet, sink, mirrors, nice little ensuite. The main room, there's a single bed there, not double, single. A couple of seats, a coffee table, a window, but there's no balcony or anything, just a window overlooking the street, the side street, and a television stand there. A fan up in the corner, two corners, and then a vertical stand on the floor. And she says to May, what do you think? What do you think? May's, this is lovely, really nice, and it's very close to the shop. How much is this? Now Phuket, it's expensive. Wherever you are, it's expensive. She wants 10,000 baht a month for this room. That's not too bad considering you're so close to the beach. And May's, wow, that's a bit more. You can get rooms in Phuket similar, you know, maybe a mile back and down towards the town for about 6,000, 6,500. And the woman says, how long you want room and shop? Deal, we can do a deal. She's speaking to each other in Thai, so it's me interpreting. We can do a deal, what would you like? You know, how long do you want? And May said, well, what would you do for 6 months? You want 20,000 for that, 10 for this? It's a lot of money, 30,000 baht. The woman said, well, 1 year, 1 year. If you have 1 year, shop and the room together, she'll do 20,000 baht for the pair. I mean, that's a huge drop. Now May's interested. I mean, okay, if the shop, that's 15 for the shop and 5 for the room. We'll continue this one on the next one. Where's Joe? He should be back by now.